That's right. Weekly episodes,
Hello.
near or far. We will be together every week.
Every week.
So we record them like at the end of a week and then they air the following Tuesday is our goal right now. So this is fun for us to kind of plan ahead.
Yes, we love it.
And I'm
Sorry, next.
wondering, wait, now that I'm seeing how we're recording, we keep trying to get comfortable in different areas. If we're going to get like the feet people.
Oh, are we going to get like if I.
Don't do that. Don't do that. People are going to
The
offer
foot-
you money.
The foot fetishes?
Oh my God. I mean, if I could make money in certain ways, maybe
Yes.
I would, but I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. That's interesting, right?
I don't have cute feet, so let's not talk about it.
I mean,
But anyway, we're back
I think
again.
I do. Yeah. Sorry, next.
You do. You have cute feet.
Yes. Sorry, next, where those stories are real, but the names have been changed
To protect the guilty.
because we might like you tomorrow.
I mean, we do.
I mean,
like
maybe
you
not
tomorrow.
now, but
Yeah, we do like you tomorrow. In my case.
yeah. So we're excited. We talked last week about a friend and a guest that we're having on today. And of course, she's running late.
She's the one who taught us how to be late.
I mean, honestly.
Famous for, on the text chat. We work together. So we're all leaving a meeting up, coming from the office, coming from a meeting, working lunches. Like, by God, these are legit working lunches too. I'll be there in 5.
Working lunches.
Yeah, well, we did handle some business, but she would say, I'll be there in 5. Like, are we meeting at 11:45, 11:30, 12, 12:15, 1:15, whatever time we're meeting? I'll be there in 5. 45 minutes later.
Yeah.
She
I'm
rolls.
parking. She's like,
But it's just kind of like you say I'll be there in 5 when you are attempting to park, not when you haven't left your house or washed your hair. I mean, that wasn't her case because she was working, but that's like, it's like, what?
I know. Gotta love her.
So late. I mean, rushing to meet y'all for lunch one day, I sideswiped a piling in a parking garage.
Oh my God.
To make it in, so I'm not the Amber that's late. Like,
no,
I don't want to be that girl. So I had just gotten a Suburban, and I blame mom brain on this because I actually hit a lot of things in that first Suburban.
you did. That poor Suburban.
I mean, it kept on trucking though. That thing was awesome. But I did. Like, I was in a parking garage and I made that left turn into a spot.
Yeah.
And there was another car to my right. So, and I just like skinned that pole in the garage. Yeah,
the car was parked.
Yeah, the car was, but I'm trying to make it in a tight spot in between a post and a car.
So you hit a parked car. Cool.
No, I didn't hit a car. I hit the post.
Oh, the piling.
The piling scraped along the whole side of my car.
The big cement piling.
Yes, the one that didn't move. Yeah.
The one that never moved.
And now, I mean, that may be the reason that I am a habitual backer-inner.
Yes.
Like, I will flip that sucker in reverse. And people post about it all the time. They're like, who do you think you are? Too good. Look at the people that back in. And I'm like, it's easier to park my car that way. Yeah. I swear to God, I'm not being a brat. It's easier.
I do it the same way. I back in.
You have a Tahoe.
Yes.
Same. They're boats, man. We're driving a boat.
Yeah. You need to back it in. So yeah, anyways, sorry, next. So she'll be joining us shortly, we hope.
Whenever she shows up. But we both have lives to get on with.
Shows.
Well, then we're gonna tell the stories without her perspective on them and talk.
I know we were talking about a nickname for her. Bougie came to mind.
I mean, she was my first friend that in all of our careers became uber successful. Like her, like we were all the same, right? Yeah, like we were all, and I was not friends with you yet, but I'm sure, like we were all the same, like let's find the free lunches. Like we were going to K&W cafeteria because we were in sales and like they had a buffet.
Yes.
And then she's like, oh, my brother works at a hospital. Do you want to, I bet he'll let us eat for free at the hospital under my number. Cafeteria? So we ate hospital food, y'all, all the time, like the staff food court to save money. I mean, and then she worked her way up in sales and also married a business owner. And like, they were just killing it. Like she was the first person that our age group of my friends were like, I opened her refrigerator and she had like, she didn't have water bottles. She had Fiji bottles and they were lined up meticulously. And I'm like, she made it.
I know. I was like, I want my fridge to look like
she regularly carried designer handbags. And I was like, all right. She always had her nails done. And then at the same time, I was having all my kids still working overnight and radio, like exhausted. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting a pedicure. It's so amazing. I'm going to sit here for like a half hour and take a nap and I don't have to go home. And she's like, oh no, buddy. I run in there and I'm like, how fast can you do this? I got to get in. I got to get out. And I'm like, what?
Why? Yeah, I forgot about that. She used to do that all the time.
She would slam them and be like, how fast can you do this?
Yeah,
I need both done ASAP. And I'm like, what? I'm the opposite. Like, give me that 20-minute respite of peace and tranquility.
Yes.
Because she was hustling, man. She was out there getting it done.
So when I first got into radio, she was like the first person that really helped me out. Like our cubes were right across from each other.
Cubicle.
And I remember it was one day and I had like dressy jeans on and she's like, girl, you can't wear jeans. And I was like, what do you mean I can't wear jeans? She's like, only on Fridays. I'm like, what? These are nice. Like with my top blazer? No. She's like, mm. And this was like back, 2010. So it was still like the suits wore suits every day. And she's like, I just want to help you out.
Pre-COVID, man, you dressed up for work every day. Yeah. You went into the office every day. You were chair checked.
Yes. And so she helped me. She helped me so much. And that's how we became friends. She was so amazing. And then
I got to know her because I went into sales also. And she would let me ride around with her and her other bestie on sales calls. I'd be like, I don't have anything to do. They're like, well, we're going to go up to Hickory and hit up all the automotive dealers. You want to come with us and you can make your cold calls from the car? I'm like, sure, why not? It's better than sitting in the office because we're technically not supposed to sit in the office all day.
Supposed to be out and away.
Out selling. And I had no one to go sell to. So I'm like, sure, I'll start making calls.
Yeah.
And they're like, car dealers, man, that's the way to go. Start calling car dealers. So I called this one. This is a good story. I called this one car dealership. And I'm like, from the back seat of the car, they're on their way to their appointment, her and this other sales rep. And I'm like, hi, I'm Gwen from CBS Radio. Glenn? I said, no L. Because my name is Gwen and not Glenn. So I'm saying no L. But then he goes, oh, Noelle. That's my granddaughter's name. How the heck are you? What can I do for you?
Oh my God.
And I'm 23, 24. So I'm like, yeah, well, I'm going to be in the area and I'd love to run some numbers by you. And we really think we can help your business with, and I just like start spewing out the things that we're taught in our sales meetings about.
From your one sheet.
And he's like, all right, Noelle, we look forward to seeing you. Okay. Yeah. I'll be
Noelle with 2 L's.
So I'm like, yep, Noelle will be there real soon.
God.
So that was my first experience in sales. And I never went to see that guy. I never gave him that presentation.
Oh, you never did?
I never did. I could. What? How do I walk in and be like, hi, I'm Noelle, but I'm really Gwen?
I would have he gave you the opportunity. You know what I did to try to get into car dealers? I mailed a shoe. I mailed a high heel saying I'm trying to get a foot in the door. Can I come meet with you?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. I sent.
Was it a new shoe?
Yeah, I got new. Just went to Target
off Broadway.
Yeah, off Broadway, and mailed 2 high heels to 2 different dealers. Say I'm trying to get a foot in the door. I'd love to meet with you.
Was it like a stripper heel that you're like, I'm also single? Was it also saying I'm available if you are?
It was a nice looking pump, but I don't think it said I'm single.
Krista wears like platforms too. You definitely wear like stripper shoes.
Do. I'm 5'4". I like to be tall.
She wants to be like me.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Another one. I'm trying to think of another like car dealer story with Amber.
Well, yeah. Oh my God, is she calling in here soon? No,
I hope so.
Yet?
Let's see. Let's get her in here soon.
Oh my God. All right. Oh, here we go. She's calling in.
All right. Let's chat with Amber.
All right.
Sorry, next.
She's
here.
She's arrived.
Hell yes.
Hello.
Oh my gosh.
The number one stunner. Amber's in the house.
The one and only.
The one and only. Yep.
The latest girl we know. The one that taught us most of what we know.
Probably all of it.
I know. The one who said, I can't believe I'm not on this podcast with you guys. This was my idea, damn it.
Yeah. And who knows where all the skeletons are buried?
She definitely knows.
No, I know everything. And it's nice to be here on my podcast.
Thanks for having us.
Sure. You're welcome. Where should we start?
How many drinks do you have in front of you? Alcoholic or non?
Only one, but I have to explain. This is my idea is that you take your rosé and then you water it down just a little, and then you put
with water,
well, filtered water, or and then you put some green like powder, like, so it makes it's not bad. It's actually healthy.
So that's
but
rosé.
It's still wine.
That's rosé with an organic green juice powder,
like an AG1 or whatever those green powders are, kind of like that.
Kind of like, just super organic electrolytes, all that stuff in it to make it. I'm not talking to you, Alexa, at all.
Alexa, shut it.
So bummed that wasn't one of your kids.
No, me too.
I'm like, I hear those little bitches scuffling around. It won't be long.
Hold on. I definitely think that's not a way to make wine healthy. Number one. Number two, how's your pulse? Do we need to take an Ativan today? Do we need to take an Ativan?
I'm doing much better as it relates to the health-related scares. But there were a lot of funny stories back in the day. I'm sure Gwen will tell one of the most famous ones of her big clothes that I ruined.
You tell it. I talk all the time.
Okay. So in my early 20s, I had a little bit of anxiety. I'm sure a lot of people can relate.
Totally.
And I went through this phase, very short-lived, only about 8 years, where I thought I was going to die all the time. So I went through this one little period where I constantly had to check my pulse. And I just felt like I was going to fall out for whatever reason. So I had been
a good Southern girl.
Yeah. I've been having a lot.
I didn't have any Southern friends, really. I mean, I had like 1 or 2 in college, and then I meet Amber and I'm like, this is fucking the South.
And
right?
She's like,
excuse me.
I was like, hi, how are you? I'm Amber. What's your pulse today? But so Gwen was such a nice friend back in the day. She would oblige. And she had a close in she had not sold any radio before. So that's where we met. I
just told the story about the car dealership call on the way to Hickory where they called me Noelle and I went with it. And so, okay, go ahead. So I finally make a close. You saw me at the beginning of my sales career.
This is the very beginning. We're all poor. We all suck. We have nothing. And I have a health issue that's only costing all of us money. But I'm so selfish that I keep doing it. So Gwen invited me on this call with this client, and she was like, I'm going to
the grand opening.
Yeah, it was the grand opening. Oh, no, she had already closed them.
I'd already sold them. Yeah, I'm like, so come to my grand. Let's make it look big. Let me bring the pretty girl with the big fake tatas.
The big boobies.
So as a friend, I show up in good faith, and it's like we're sitting outside in downtown Charlotte on
where the courthouse is.
Yeah, and like I start feeling the urge. And Gwen's like across the table and she's like, don't you fucking dare. It's like, when your kids are being bad and you look at them and you give them that face. And she's like, got her hand up like about.
I didn't have kids yet. Yep.
Like backhand.
And I was like, I was so scared. But then I was like, I could feel it. It was like the end was near. And I knew it. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So I looked at her and I was like, it's happening. She was like, no, it's not. You could die later. And I was like, no,
I think I told you that. I think I said, die later.
Yeah.
You said die. You said die after
in
this.
26 minutes. You can die.
Just eat your Quiznos sub. Okay.
Yeah, she was done with it. But anyway, I took it all the way, ambulance and everything, in front of her client. Yeah,
my client having his grand opening of a Quiznos on a busy uptown corner had to call 911 for the girl I brought.
Oh my God. I don't
to the grand opening
story.
No, this is
freaking ambulance rolls up. And I'm like, do I go? And then they're like, you're not allowed in the ambulance. I'm like, all right, I'll drive the car. So I drive the car around the corner to the ER, and they're like, here's her bag of clothes. By the way, there was no panties in there. And I'm like, yeah, she probably.
You're like, yep, that's her. No, it was a trip. It was so funny. I got in the ambulance and like waved, and I just told her I hoped I would see her again because I really thought it was done. And then they like rolled me around. Like, they weren't rushing. There were no sirens.
They're like, girl's fine.
They like stopped off for a snack. And then they pulled me up to the ER and she was pissed.
They stopped for a snack.
What? She's like, how's she doing?
But I showed up at the ER yet again, like I always will. Anyone that needs me, hell or high water, love me or hate me, I will show up for you.
She was a good friend.
Oh,
and so then he was your husband at one point, but he wasn't your husband then. He shows up and he's like, "Oh my God, what's going on?" I'm like, she is so dramatic. Are you sure?
Well, I mean, then it got better after that. I feel like it kind of got...
Because I started taking the meds they prescribed for you.
I know. Well, I used to make her take them first because I didn't know if they were safe. So she had to try them.
I'm like, get over it. They just said it's going to slow your heart down so you don't panic. Just take one. And she's like, well, you take one if they're so good for you. I'm like, fine, I'll take one right now. Let's have 5.
So she took like 2. She's
Let
like,
me test out the meds just for you.
They were Ativan. They
That's
literally slow your heart down. They're fine.
That's true friendship.
Well, then we started sharing them after. So anyway, it all worked out.
To slow your heart rate down.
Oh my God.
I can't believe you have a drink that has ice and rosé and green powder in it.
So I just went on a cruise, and it's like
don't recommend or do you recommend cruises?
No.
Yes or no?
No,
Thank you.
Terrible.
We're still friends.
No. Like unless you could go on one with it'd have to be.
I mean, yacht. Yacht is the only motor vessel.
Some like Alaskan cruise version maybe of that. Yeah. I don't know.
That sounds cold. No.
Okay. Well,
we're different.
Yeah. Okay. And, but no, I went on a cruise. And so like every glass of wine that I got, I took the green supplement and all the supplements are different depending on how I'm feeling, my mood, the weather. And almost everybody asked me like, oh my God, what's in your drink? What is that? So I got to like kind of share my idea. And a lot of people think it's really solid.
Have you trademarked it yet? Oh, a lot of people on a cruise to go here. Not a country music singer with not a current hit performing. They chose to go be on the cruise with her, and they think you have a good idea. I'll
say this: it's not just the cruise. The cruise is a lot of people at once. But every single place I go, when I break it out, there's like I went to Bricktops a couple weeks ago. They're like, "Oh my God, that's so interesting." And then I tell people what it is, and then it just makes.
But are you the customer? So you have to be right.
I am the customer, but I'm also a very good customer. So they know. I mean,
she's the one. This is the friend that shows up at the Mexican restaurant when we order. You get the chips and salsa, the guacamole. She pulls out her own bag of kale, and chips, cucumbers. Carrots, cucumbers. So difficult. And how many drinks do you like to have on the table?
At least 4. Oh, 5. Okay. Yeah.
So sweet tea, alcohol, water, hot
brings
tea.
her own
kombucha.
So she wants a cup of ice for her own kombucha.
And now
our wine, ice water, sweet tea.
I want a hot tea there for like in between and after. It's a lot.
Remember when we would go to lunch at the place that Gwen hates, but you and I would just go there? 300 East, and we would order their chicken salad, and you would whip out bags of kale
from your own like chicken salad wraps.
Yes, and
the best part is the waitress or waiter, like you'll order and they'll go like get your drinks or some shit, and they'll come back and there'll be like a whole veggie spread, and they're so confused because they're like, I can't.
Do we make that?
How many times? And I'm like, no, it's all good. I brought it from home.
It's fine. This is my kale. Back off.
Yeah, Amber was our first fancy friend. You were the first one, I feel like, that really ever made it financially and was kicking ass. And you were doing so good. And I was like so proud of you and in awe of you. And you would tell me to like wear my makeup and put on my eye, because
you went through this period where you didn't wear makeup. And I was so disappointed. And I was like,
I still feel like I don't wear a ton, but
no, but you've done.
You wear less than me, I think, but you used to wear a ton, and now you've toned it way down, Dolly.
I've toned it way down. I like took it all the way off.
Your nickname, Dolly Barton.
Dolly. Oh,
you're Dolly.
Yeah.
We're like, what's her nickname going to be? We can call you Dolly.
I like Dolly.
That's a good nickname.
Dolly rules, man, in Nashville especially.
Yeah.
Yeah, you live in Nashville now, which is like our favorite.
Which is, we miss you. Like,
hey. Where are you going to sleep when you go to Nashville, Krista?
Yeah, where am I going to sleep?
Let's talk about that story.
Should we? I guess. Okay.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we were there.
Go ahead. Y'all start.
Having a great time.
Well, here's the thing. Sometimes we go to Nashville and for work or for fun, because we are in the radio industry. Krista more in country music than me currently, but Amber, our bestie, has since moved to Nashville like 7 years ago now. How long have you been there? 5 years? 7 years, yeah. and we'll go like for fun. And sometimes we see her, sometimes we don't. She's like, I hate Broadway, y'all bitches. I'm not going down Broadway. And I'm like, Broadway's my favorite place. When I die, I want to be born on Broadway again to live this like that will be my perfect Groundhog Day. Day drinking with light beer, warm weather, live music, people that are good, singing songs that I can sing along to because I know them all in country music.
Old.
What? That. So anyway, one time we get Amber to show up and hang out with us that we're there, and then we all whoop it up all day and we go to different, I think we
ended up at Losers.
Yeah, we had some hits and some misses, and then we're walking back to our hotel room to go to sleep, and Krista thinks to walk.
I thought we got a ride, no?
I don't know.
We always
I don't remember.
Well, no, but we get up to the hallway of the hotel, and Krista decides she's done walking.
Yeah.
And she's now ready for bed.
Yeah. And
so she lays down in the hallway of the hotel. And we're like, get up. Like, I think we make it all the way to the door and we're like, oh, she's behind. Wait, she's laying down. Like, what are you doing? And she goes, I'm fine right here. I'm just going to sleep here tonight. And I'm like, Krista, I'm like tapping her. I'm like, you're in the hallway. And she's like,
we were so close.
Yeah, she's like, I don't take up much room. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't take up much room. Anybody can just walk on by.
She's laying like this, and then like I pull her feet to like pull her and to try to.
Yeah.
She like turns to the side and she's like, "See, I don't take up much room, please."
Exactly.
Like, I'm not going to block the hallway for all the other patrons. It's fine,
guys. I asked your friends. They didn't let me stay there, which it was a long day of brunching. We were with a really good, fun record rep in Nashville.
So fun.
Yes, he's awesome.
I highly recommend Nashville. If you have not been, get your favorite friends and be prepared. Like, you day drink and you listen to live music.
Yeah.
So my suggestion is stick with the light beers and then maybe take a nap from 4 to 7.
Little siesta.
And then don't expect, I mean, you kind of get frustrated with me, Amber, when I say stuff like this, or the locals do, that there's no good food in Nashville. There absolutely is, but I try to stay on Broadway because I like to drink beer and I like to hear live music. So I want to be in the fray, but I don't really like to be on Broadway in the last 5 years or so after 8 p.m. because it is like a club now. It is very much not the honky tonk country music that I fell in love with. So you can leave and go to better dinners and stuff now, but I love Broadway.
I think timing is a good thing, for Broadway. I mean, if you're coming here for that, obviously it's a must do. So it's just when you live here, and I mean, I'm in radio too, so I'm on Music Row. I can throw a rock at it. So it's like.
Tell me what you say about the pedicabs or the pedaling.
The pedaling bachelorette part.
You're like, I'm on my way to work, you asshole. You're like, move. I'm on my way to work. Get your drunk asses out of the road.
Right. And the thing is like, I'm trying to fucking work here. And then like, I just scooch up to them thinking they'll like pedal faster. So I'm like, knees up, bitch, move it. Like keep going. Like it does. It slows you down. It's super annoying when you're trying to commute, like for real.
Yeah.
And it's literally from Thursday to Sunday.
So I think it's every day now. Is it not every day now?
No, not really. I mean, maybe now that it's getting warmer, it probably will. But it's just one of those. God, it's just one of those nuances, and it's like anybody that like shouldn't be up higher than you with shorts on is up higher with you with shorts on, and so it's just right. It's a vibe. It's not.
It's like the nude beach theory. Like no one on a nude beach should be nude. Okay,
correct. Or in a thong. Anybody in a thong should not be doing that. Right.
I mean, are they in thongs pedaling?
No, I'm kind of thinking more of like beachy. I mean, Guenn.
Beach. Okay.
Yeah. I went to Rio and I'm thinking like,
keep up, really Krista. Come on.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Next.
What are you drinking?
We're drinking some rosé, some Whispering Angel, which we like.
Well, she just told me, she's like, I haven't eaten. I'm going to order Mexican for dinner and I'm going to order a lot because I'm hungry.
Because I'm starving. Well, the suit was supposed to cook, and then I'm like, "Hey, can you go to the store and start dinner? Because I don't want to eat at like 8 p.m."
Well, that's when you're gonna eat.
I know, and but he eats later. I don't like to eat late. I don't sleep as well, and he's like, "Yeah, okay, I'm gonna make beans and rice from scratch," and he goes, "Actually, just order it." I'm like,
we don't have time.
No. I know. I'm like, what? No, because then that's just dishes I have to do. Because he cooks, I clean.
Okay. Amber, I want to hear your story about your second husband.
Okay.
About how you guys met. Tell me the story of how you two met. I mean, I know the story and I'll tell it, or you're at a show at the famous Coyote Joe's.
No, we were downtown, remember?
No.
We were at an iHeart show. I'm not sure how much I should say here. I know we kind of like don't name everything. But it's not that great of a story other than I was
convinced
when you built this up.
I was convinced it was on the tour bus at Coyote Joe's.
No, I did walk on the bus. I was fed up.
I just had the location wrong. Okay.
Yeah, location wrong. Maybe the idea is right. But I was just I had a day and I just got a little spicy and had a couple. And I just told the girl that I was with, I was like, you know what? Forget it. We're just going to go walk up on these buses. We're just going to find one and we're just going to go party. We're just going to have fun.
See what happens.
So I walk up,
because you were a single mom, right? You just become a single mom and you were like, you'd had your fling, right?
No.
well, of course not. You have never looked like a single mom in your life. But anyway, but in retrospect, you're a single mom and then you had just had your kind of rebound fling.
Kind of.
You had the person that was your fun. God, he was hot.
He was good.
But he was young and we knew he was not going to be. Anyway, I love your husband now.
A youngster.
He was
I walked of course, they did just walked up and I just we met and I mean, a bunch of people. It wasn't just like a moment, I mean, it was just like a fun night and we met and just kind of danced and drank and all the things. And then, it was
on the
weird.
bus. Like you just walked on the bus? Okay.
I just walked on the bus. Yeah. And then the artist walked, and it was just a thing. I mean, but we're all in music. So you know how it is. It's not to sound like that, but I mean, it's kind of like we're around it all the time.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a huge deal. And I was there for work at the time. So anyway, yeah. And then the next day, for whatever reason, he put his number, with the girl I was with, he had her put his number in my phone or it would have never gone anywhere.
Oh.
And so I thanked him for their hospitality. And then.
Thank you.
The rest is history. He said, I'm leaving tour life. These artists are into the after party and I just want to be with you. He became.
It was super sweet. After a few months, it kind of fizzled out. And now it's
life on the road. No one wants life on the road when they got a smoking hot woman at home.
The thing about the road is I mean, it's really hard to stay connected. So you have to kind of decide, I think, where your priorities are. And then, from there. But yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of humor in that. Trying to think of some.
I want you to tell the story about when we were broke in sales, the things I would do for money.
Oh, this is good.
Oh, things I would do for money. There might need to be a few parts to this.
Okay, wow.
Okay, so again, we met really young. We were both just kind of cutting our teeth in media and just having fun. It was a really crazy group of people.
We're just willing to work in the industry. We're all the concerts, all the openings. We work for CBS Radio. We can go wherever we want.
We're babies. And we're just
Epicenter was opening in Charlotte. And we had a studio there. So we had all access. Yep. Alive at 5 was our thing.
And I don't know what idiot let us handle multi-million-dollar accounts, but they did. So we went from making no money. And then we were getting a little taste of being an adult. But there was this little sweet spot.
Commission checks. Yeah, we were getting some good commission checks.
There was a sweet spot before the commission checks. And that's why I mentioned that. Where at the time I had access to a gas card and some incentives that
those were the good days.
Mm-hmm. And Gwen didn't at the time. So
never did. I never got there. I would do
things to mess with her.
I switched roads before that.
Because we've always been sisters, so we've always just wanted to fuck with each other. And so I just wanted to give her such a hard time. And this one day she has this beautiful hair. And I'm always so envious of this hair. It's gorgeous.
I know. I'm so envious of her hair.
I know. She has great hair. Don't say it too much. She'll get up again. And I was
That's a whole other topic. The things she doesn't tell me because she doesn't want me to get an ego.
Exactly. And this one day I was like, you know what? She's in a bad way. I should totally take advantage of her. So she goes, she said something and I said, well, look, I'll make a deal with you. She was going to get her hair done. I said, if you cut your hair off.
Well, she said, are you going to meet us for after dinner drinks like with the bosses like we normally do? Like, this is our free meal. We get the half price appetizers. This is our dinner, bitch. Yeah. Like, we don't have any money. And I'm like, I know, I can't go tonight though because I have my hair appointment. And I got to keep my hair appointment. And she's like, but I'm like, but I'll be starving.
But
I probably won't eat. So I don't know what I'll do tonight.
I don't have to pay for my
own ramen noodles. I don't know. And she goes, here you go. I got a deal for you.
I said, I have a deal for you. I'll give you gas, a free tank of gas if you cut your hair off. I'm not thinking she's really going to do it.
Obviously. Cut my hair off.
Like cut it off, like from here to here. And I'm just messing with her. I'm like, there's no way she's going to go do that. She shows up.
They're still at dinner, by the way, because that's what radio business was like.
Yep. You have 5 hour dinner. Afternoon cocktail.
We had happy hour. Yeah. Those happy hour deals on 2-for-1 appetizers would turn into 8, 9 at night.
At Vinny's.
Brio.
You'd end up at Vinny's. We started at Brio's, and then we would, if we really had a night, we could end at Brio's, and then we would sleep at South Park at your place, at that Phillips Place apartment. Or then I got the place that even closer too.
I can't tell you how many times like we would wake up and our boss, I'm not going to name any names, we would all be in the same place, like on a work day in the morning. And we would all wake up and they'd be like, what time did we get home? And I mean, it was like time to be at work. And it was like, gotta go. It was bizarre, but it was a fun time. But
in my mind, I was single and available and nothing romantic was happening.
No.
You had a significant other and he was with us. Yeah. And then our bosses, the main one that would have ever slept over with us was also single. He was 40 and he was 45 and we were 25, but nothing intimate ever happened, at least between me and him. I don't know about you and him if you never told me. One time he tried to pet my head. He was like, I'll sleep over next to you. Oh, and he starts, and I'm like, well, I mean, I'm about to put on Anchorman because that's what I like to fall asleep to. I was like, what can I do to diffuse the awkwardness? So I put on in like my 1-bedroom apartment where you guys are all sleeping on the couch. And he's like, I don't want to sleep on the couch. So he comes into my room and I'm like, well, Anchorman's about to start. Cause I'm like, how do I not make this awkward? Cause there's no way anything between me and you is going to happen.
Bizarre. Yeah.
And he was never inappropriate and like actually tried anything. But one time he's like, oh, Gwen, this is so great. And he starts like petting my head. And I'm just like, oh, I love this part when he throws up on the wedding dress.
I mean,
and then luckily he passed out.
There's a whole segment I think we can do on radio stories,
inappropriateness,
like RVPD. ...
I mean, right? Was that appropriate? I was in my 20s. He was in his 40s. He was a boss. Had he not been a boss of mine, would I have let?
Right.
I mean, I thought we were friends. I thought we were friends. But is that appropriate now that I'm in my 40s? And if that had that almost basically did happen with my husband and someone, and I lost my shit on him. Yep. I said, you are a married man. You don't get to do that with some woman.
Right.
You do not get to do that. You are married and she is not. That is so inappropriate. She is 24 and does not know better. You are married and know better. He's like, she's a sister. She's family to us. And I had a huge problem with it. And that was the beginning of the demise. So I'm like, none of that stuff should be happening.
Yeah.
And maybe because I was that girl in that spot once. I mean, and again, I will reiterate, nothing intimate ever happened. I never felt pressure for anything intimate. Like, I don't want to lead into that, but those things aren't appropriate.
No.
It's probably important to note.
Never.
Yeah, it's important to note that outside of those nights, there was no weirdness. It was like always normal. And so then it would like go back.
I will say that same person taught me to start my 401k at a 24-year-old, and my 401k helped me in the divorce big time. Because which I'd never ended up getting divorced, but I was like, oh my God, thank God I still have my CBS.
The divorce then didn't happen.
I think, I still have my CBS, my iHeart. I'm like, this is like a hidden gem over here. Nobody even knows this is here. I'm not going to bring it up if he doesn't.
There's some wisdom in all that. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I love you so much. I miss you. I wish you were here.
I know. We miss you.
I wish I was on the couch. I was thinking about that earlier. Just like I can't even imagine what angle this is because I'm not outfitted to do this. So, but I would love to just be on the couch with you. And if I didn't move, I would be there. But
maybe when you come to Charlotte, You can actually see us.
I know. Or come my way and come
We'll
to
take
my little space.
Well,
we'll come to your way, but we'll be on Broadway.
We talked about that. Dylan, we could take this on the road.
A lot of people do it. You could do it.
We'll do it. To see you, I'll go anywhere.
I know.
We have so many more stories, like so many more. I mean, our goodbye lunch was epic.
Oh, God.
I think that should be one for the books. But when you were leaving us to go to Nashville.
So I think we should tell it now. I think we have time.
Yeah.
So I think, so Amber, we're the three stooges later on in our careers. Like we've all now had kids. Where actually, I want you to tell the story about the time I was going to come over because my husband and I used to regularly come to your house in the burbs because you had the first beautiful house with guest rooms, but you had a baby at home. So you'd be like, just come to my house. It's easier. We'll cook out, put the baby to bed. We don't go to bars anymore. Hang out at your house. So my first experience of the burbs was your house. Then one day you're like, oh my God, I'm checking out and I'm buying all the wine.
Well, I was the first one to be a parent. And so, I was like trekking that out. And we had like a cookout party, whatever. And I wasn't feeling well. And so I just like all day long, my back's hurting, what have you. And I'm like, no, it's not anything. No. But anyway, I go to the Harris Teeter and I've got like 12 bottles of champagne and 14
That's what we're going to need, minimum.
And then I have a pregnancy test at the back of the thing. It like falls off. And like I have to pick it up and put it on.
Bottle, and champagne.
I'm like, yeah, I just got to make sure before I get into all this. And she was like, yeah, good thinking, good planning. And I was like,
and I'm going to celebrate or.
So I called my girl. I'm like, it's a no-go. No one's coming over. Like, I'm pregnant.
She I just peed on the stick and guess what? And I'm like, damn it.
We could not.
Well, what am I going to do tonight? I'm like, well, that was my plan. Heifer, you already bought all the wine. I'm like mad at you.
Now. You're no fun. I got to go find.
But then you got pregnant in the middle. And then I got, so like for 5 years.
We could not drink together.
Oh, you guys were annoying. You were so annoying.
I showed up at lunch one day with the two of them. Like, I think with a baby in tow, my first lunch with them. Yeah. And then they're like, all right, let's get you a drink. And I'm like, I can't. And they're like,
I'm like, shut up.
What do you mean? I'm like, again.
I'm pregnant again. I was like,
are you? Because I had 3 under 3. I had
just
3
kidding.
Under 3.
You're hilarious, Gwen. Hilarious.
Yeah.
No, for real. I'm like, oh, okay.
I know.
We can't be friends.
That does lead into that last lunch. I mean, that was kind of like
the
goodbye. I don't even honestly I know where we went and everything, but I don't know how it evolved to where it did.
Well, we decided to evolve it with CBD.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I had that pen that somebody gave me for anxiety.
Well, yeah.
Whoever gave you that pen is like, I would love that to be my best friend.
Well, it didn't work. It didn't work for me.
Okay.
Bullshit.
I'm pretty sure when we went to the coffee shop, no one could even talk to order their coffee because we were just laughing so hard. And everything was in slow motion. So I'm pretty sure
it worked.
It worked.
We got so loud at the normal restaurant we were at that we hated. We went there religiously for months because it was convenient for all 3 of our offices. Yeah. And they never had champagne glasses for us, even though every time we're like, you guys you offer bottomless mimosas on Sundays, yet you don't have 3 champagne glasses? Right. How do you do because we're there on a Thursday afternoon. Getting champagne. And they're always like, sorry, we'll have to use a wine glass. And I am a stickler for the right vessel, for the right beverage.
Yes, I 100% agree.
And they would say, yeah, sorry. And go ahead.
Gwen wants a wine. She wants it to be chilled. A white needs to be, and I agree. And they would never have the little
chiller either.
Oh, the bottle chiller. Yeah.
Right.
Neither does Krista.
I need
my koozies my cup is being chilled, but no, so we would dog them week after week about, we asked for these last week. Oh, you haven't ordered them this week? And then it became a game to me where then we go back the next week. And I'm like, I saw your post about bottomless mimosas on Sundays. How do you do mimosas without champagne glasses? Do you serve everyone with a wine glass? You short sell every single patron of your bar?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. They're all okay with that? Okay, fine.
This is subpar.
But anyway, so then we're just finally by the last lunch. We're at our booth in the back. It's like our favorite little. And Amber's like, someone gave me this to see if my anxiety will stop before the move. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah,
I used to do this in high school and college all the time. I'm like, I actually got voted most productive pothead in high school.
Really? That's one to hang your hat on.
Yeah.
I mean, I find it true. And so I'm like,
You're most productive.
I'm like,
overall.
let's do it. I'm like, thank you. Like, let's do it. So we sit there at lunch, and then the lunch just becomes funnier and louder. I'm like, all right, we got to go get coffee and go back to work. Let's lock it up.
Oh,
but I don't think caffeine was the right choice. But
I remember I had a corporate Zoom with like the VP of digital for my company, and I was like, oh my God, guys, this lunch just got out of control. I have to go. Like,
we're like, all right, let's get coffee. That'll fix everything.
Yeah, it'll be
just
fine.
Have a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
No, that was the best. And I actually think that kind of like was like I'm pretty sure I had not even messed with that pen because I'm so still like.
You need me. You always need me with you.
And she had to do it first. And Gwen just took like the biggest hit. And I was like, oh, wow. And then it just started.
I'll blow smoke rings.
Yeah. Gwen's like,
I was like, that's so cool. It's like Grease.
Take me back.
Oh, yeah. Like Sandy. She's Sandy on Grease. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then I'm driving home with my hot coffee back on the phone with you guys. Well, you were in your meeting, and I'm either talking to you or my sister.
Which I rocked that meeting, by the way.
Of course you
had no idea.
And I spill my coffee all over my lap, and I'm like, Amber made me get some oat milk chai tea latte. I don't even know what it means. It's green, and it's all over my lap now.
It's a matcha latte.
Yeah.
She said it was going to be good for me.
Yeah.
She
told me it would make me feel good in the morning. No.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right, we got to go. I love you.
Awesome.
I love you guys.
Amber/Bougie. Is that the
Dolly? I'm Dolly.
Oh.
Let's call her Dolly.
Dolly.
Guest host Dolly.
Dolly. All right.
Please join us more. But can you be a little more on time next time?
Yeah, next time be on time.
Let's tell the truth about last night too, Gwen.
Okay, we should. Yeah, she was like,
how I ate a pint of ice cream.
Yeah, she housed a pint of ice cream. I was like, damn, Gwen, that looks delicious.
It's gonna be an hour. I'm like, yeah, Jesus, an hour.
I know my kids got in a scuffle in the neighborhood. I know. Well, we had to do a prep call. Candles. We had to do a prep call to see if you wanted to be on the show with us.
I'll be more prompt next time. I got to get rid of the kids.
That's what she said.
Did you find your kids last night though, Gwen?
Yeah. Did you? Yeah.
Yes, they were walking the dogs. They were playing at the friends. Yeah, they were playing at the friend's house that they got kicked out of. Like,
I had to go apologize.
I made them write handwritten letters, and I said, "You better go apologize for not being nice children." So they did, and then they came back, and then we all had dinner, and then I said, "Walk the dogs. You have no technology, no freedom." And they walked the dogs back to that friend's house, and they all played on the street for an hour. So it was lovely.
That's nice. Okay.
Parenting is hard, y'all. Parenting is hard.
No easy
Use protection for as long as you need to.
Why you have this to get you through it. All right. Sorry. Next.
Love you guys.
Love you. Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Peace.